After yesterday's market check-in, we have to go check out, well, the Cash-Tira buyouts that are happening, the Therion stuff. It's part 2 of the market pounding. Alright, to the 30% of you that have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe button, smash it so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. And this is where we'd be putting our pre-sales for Maze of Defender, whatever the new set is. But Konami just decided not to do the reveals on Friday, so whatever. It's not like the community wants to know what the set's gotten it or anything. Alright, so we need to talk about the ultimate Cash-Tira buyouts here. Now, for those of you that have not been paying attention to this, this is going... Yeah, that's the state of the ultimate market right now for these things. And people are paying 133, 150. Some, I guess, cheap ones sold out here. I'm really glad that they put the rare on this listing. That is so bad. 125, 131. You're looking at essentially onwards from 130 on up to the higher end of the 150 mark here for these. People want their high rarity cards, man. I'm not surprised about this. It's a little bit crazy. Your Sprite Blues, on the other hand, here, $60. It's at a market price at 63-ish, which is not bad. Once again, people like their high rarity cards, and to be honest with you, Sprite's still kind of doing things. But you just got to decide, is this or the secret rare your highest rarity preference? Is what it is. And then Reno Hearts are $36. Now, the card looks really good for what it is, just unfortunately, Tier is not really in a good position, per se. So, your ultis for this set are pretty straightforward. Man, as we just go on down here, Tobari's $2, Scareclaw Cash-Tira's $3s. All of your super rares in this set, it's not that they don't have value, it's just they don't have value. I mean, $2, it's good, but, the damage for this OTS was already done. But it is nice to see that these Cash-Tira Fenrir's up, and away their money. Alright, so the Therion Regulus buyouts. These continue to get more and more hilarious as the days go. 170, 205, 200. You're already at 280 on up to $300 here for the Starlights of these. And you know what? I'm sad if you were a Sky Striker player and you wanted to pick these up to be able to play the max rarity version of the deck, but alright. And then down here you do see that the Starlight, or the Secret versions, still holding about the $40 mark. There was a time where you could have bought these way down here in November for $25, and this thing has gained almost nearly double its value since then, putting you at about a $40 to $42 price point at this stage. So, a little bit of a heads up here. Therion, big negate guy. I mean, obviously, he is kind of worth the price point if you're planning on playing him for, the negate aspects that he brings to the table, but gosh, this sucks, honestly. At least the Boreas are cheap. And then I did want to focus on this for a second here. Back at the $4 mark back here, and then the dip down back here at the $4 mark again. These have gone back up to $6 at this stage. So I guess, once again, if you're looking at the Therion stuff and you're like, can we get some sort of advantage? Are you trying to play this with Punk? Are you trying to do this with the Rika shenanigans? You have so many diverse ways to kind of take advantage of this particular package. And I think that's kind of cool at the end of the day, but man, oh man, the market is not having it, though. So Difo's gaining slight value, I suppose. Anybody surprised about this one? Oh, wait, we've talked about this already? We got to bring it back up because people, once again, are losing their money. There will always be cycles out here, and we've said this quite a lot, that a lot of these staple cards like Forbidden Droplet, DD Crows, Effect Veilers, these cards will fall out of a format, and then they will rotate back in. That's typically how it works. It's the power of having super effective cards. But Nibiru is going to turn into that more recent example here, where, these were, I would say, $120 to $125, and now you're up to $174. It's about a $50 jump, but once again, that's where you see that metagame shift, where players are like, I don't really need to pick these up right now, or, you know, like, we're going to go ahead and sell these because they don't have an application in the current metagame. And then once things kind of shift on around here and more people are like, oh, you know, like, this is kind of what's working out here. Yeah, it's what you're seeing here. So a little bit ridiculous. But also the attack stats for the English copy are an absolute joke. Judgment of the Pharaoh. You know, I find just looking at this card hilarious. $40 or less light play sold, and then $29 and $29. Get light play copies for $35. Problem with this card is I don't think it's ever going to get the reprint. As much as I love this card, but coming up to like about the $40 mark. Remember, as long as you have Yu-Gi-Oh! Friendship in your graveyard, this creates a condition that your opponent cannot play the game via monsters. If you have Unity down, this will prevent your opponent from basically doing anything in the spell and trap department. So that's why this card is particularly as powerful as it is. And then, of course, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Friendship. This gets crazier. We have a market price at $62 for this here, and your listed medium is at 62 as well. But mod play copies are selling at 30s, 30 for a damage and 35 for mod play. Lowest near mint here is, well, I see some at the $53 mark, 55 for light play, 55. Oh, these go up pretty quickly here. Yeah, it looks like you're seeing 57, $60 here for the most part. I don't particularly like that, but if you're trying to play the cheese, like, super bad virtual world deck out here, yeah, that's going to be the cost that you're going to be looking at here. God, you gotta love bad ideas. Grave of the Ancient Organism. You know, or supers from the OTS release dollars. Commons are $1. Ultras $4, but your alties here. Remember, when this face-up card is on the field, level 6 or higher, special monsters cannot attack or activate their effects. I love floodgates. $23. Ugh, that's a little bit expensive. Mod plays. Hit a near mint here for $24. Okay. That's not bad. And then you go up to 30, 33 for light play. I don't particularly think this is all that crazy, but you know Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, they love their bad ideas. Bujinki Arashima. Yeah, probably just butchered that. 37 listings now. We're at $17. The card that will put Sprite back on the map. Half of the community said, don't worry, guys, we know what we're doing. Yeah, you really did. You're at $18 a copy, effectively, post-tax here. So I'm not surprised to see that this is sticking around. I still think the card's particularly good. And then we have Lingaribo. Yeah, this situation's getting a little bit crazy. It's paying $7 for an ultra rare copy, or I can play the super for $1. I think the decision is made. I can have 6 copies of the super for, actually, about 7 copies of this for the cost of 1 singular ultra. Yeah, playability. Parallel Exceeds, I just wanted to bring this up because now that we have the Trap Tricks deck running around here for budget players wanting more options, you can put these in for some rank 4 plays. It's kind of cute. Gives your deck a little bit of extra options, but I do recommend just checking out what Pack was talking about, exploring, you know, the deck and getting the chance to see the different options for that. If not, I mean, Parallel Exceeds, if you're like, oh, I want to play the Ring 4 package, they're available. I mean, all sorts of rarities for you. Next up is Contact C. Now, these are still like $4. 26 listings, by the way. Or you could pick up many of the common variations that you can find out here, all the way down to the Legend of the Crystal Beast structure deck. But these are not expensive. If this is something that you want to play in the current format as a solid try to stop your opponent's solution, it's okay. Lava Golems, yeah, tournament pack speed duels. You have 1 cheap copy, and then you're on up to 80, on up to 86. I mentioned picking these up a long time ago, and the market is not stopping. Man, those $60 copies got wiped out a couple days ago. This is pretty ridiculous, seeing that Old Reliable here is doing his job. Also, Blazing Cartesias, you know, these are $50 now, and they're holding. Yeah, this is a little bit ridiculous at this point. Somebody bought one for $55. Wow. Well, up and away. I guess they continue to go. And then generator stuff. Yeah, Martel's $13. Those went up. Boss stages at 6s. Tokens are back. Just still floating about $4. That's hilarious. Locked doors, $5. Ugh. And even like the boss quest here going up. All right, well, Interesting stuff for today's market. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.